$20 a month buys you ChatGPT Plus. The exact same $20 buys you Claude Pro. Same price, same pitch, same little upgrade button. And the honest answer to which one is worth it is one almost nobody gives, because these are not two versions of the same product. They're two completely different bets about what you'll do with an AI wearing the same price tag. For the next 12 minutes, we're going to take that $20 seriously. Not benchmarks, not vibes, not brand loyalty. Just the question a normal person actually has. If this money leaves my account every month, what exactly did I buy, and would I notice if it stopped? Start with the thing that makes this comparison feel natural. The identical price. It feels like the market carefully weighed both products and concluded they're worth exactly the same. That's not what happened. $20 was set in early 2023, when OpenAI first put a price on ChatGPT. It wasn't derived from costs. By most credible reporting, heavy users cost these companies more than $20 a month to serve, something we covered in the video about why AI companies lose money on your subscription. $20 was a guess about what consumers would tolerate, made by the first mover, and then everyone else copied it because pricing against the default is safer than explaining a different number. Claude Pro, $20. The same tier structure, free, 20, 100, 200, now exists on both sides, mirrored almost exactly, which means the price contains no information. It can't tell you which product is better because it was never a measurement of either one. The two companies are not selling the same thing for the same price. They're selling different things behind the same number. So the real comparison starts where the price tag ends, what's actually behind each button. Strip away the marketing, and a $20 AI subscription buys you exactly three things: access to better models than the free tier, higher usage limits before you hit a wall, and early access to new features. That's the whole product: the models, the meter, and the front of the line. Where it gets interesting is how each company runs the meter. ChatGPT meters you in rolling windows, a budget of messages that refills every few hours. Claude meters you in sessions with a weekly cap layered on top. The exact numbers shift too often to quote in a video. Check them the week you decide. But the shape of the difference is stable, and the shape is what matters. ChatGPT's meter favors steady, all-day use. A question here, an email there, an image, a search. It bends before it breaks. Claude's meter favors deep sessions, 2 hours inside one long document, a coding project, a serious piece of writing, and it's less forgiving if you live in it all day, every day. Neither is generous by accident or stingy by malice. Each meter is shaped around the customer that company expects, which brings us to the actual difference. ChatGPT is a bet on breadth. It wants to be the everything app. It writes, it searches the web, it makes images, it talks out loud, it plugs into a growing ecosystem of other tools. The product vision is a single assistant standing between you and the entire internet, and the market has voted on that vision. Pew Research found this year that around 44% of American adults have used ChatGPT. For most people, AI and ChatGPT are the same word. Claude is a bet on depth. Its reputation, earned, not marketed, is strongest with people doing long, careful work. Writing that has to sound like a human wrote it, analysis of big documents, and software development where it has a devoted professional following. Fewer bells, fewer whistles. In that same Pew survey, Claude's number was 6%. Here's the part that trips people up. That 44 versus 6 is not a quality verdict. It's a default app verdict. ChatGPT got there first, got the name recognition, and became the thing your relatives have heard of. Defaults are powerful, but most used and best for your specific work or different questions, and the second one is the one your $20 cares about. So when does ChatGPT Plus actually earn the money? when your usage is wide. If your week involves a little of everything, drafting messages, searching for current information, generating an image for a presentation, asking questions by voice in the car, summarizing an article, ChatGPT is the better $20, and it isn't close. It's the Swiss Army knife. No single blade is the best in the world, but it's the one tool that's never useless. There's also a boring, underrated argument: ecosystem gravity. More tutorials are written for it, more tools connect to it, more coworkers already use it. When you hit a problem, the answer is a search away because 100 million people hit it before you. For a non-technical user, that gravity is worth real money and save frustration. If you can only justify one subscription and you can't predict what you'll need it for, that uncertainty itself is the argument for ChatGPT. Claude Pro earns its $20 in a narrower but deeper territory when the work is long, wordy, and has to be right. Feed it a 50-page contract, a messy report, a book draft. Long document work is where its reputation was built. Writers tend to prefer its prose: less enthusiastic intern, more competent colleague. It has a reputation for following complicated instructions precisely instead of approximately. And in professional software development, it has become, for many working programmers, the default answer. Notice what's missing from that list. Nothing casual. Nobody needs Claude to settle a dinner table argument or draft a birthday message. If your usage is occasional and shallow, Claude Pro is the wrong purchase. Not because it's worse, but because you'd be paying for depth you never draw on. It's a precision tool. Precision tools are wasted on people who need a multi-tool, and multi-tools frustrate people who need precision. Same price, different buyer. One small ledger note while we're being literal about the money. The two 20s aren't quite identical. Claude Pro drops to around $17 a month if you commit to a year up front. ChatGPT Plus runs a flat $20. $36 a year won't decide this for anyone sensible, but it's a tell about who each product thinks you are. The discount for commitment play is aimed at people who already know this tool lives in their workflow. The flat monthly price is aimed at people still deciding. Even the fine print is making our argument. At this point, someone in the comments is typing the obvious answer: pay for both. And for a small group, that's genuinely right. Plenty of professionals run ChatGPT for the wide tasks and Claude for the deep ones. The multi-tool in one pocket and the scalpel in the other. If both tools are earning their keep in your actual week, $40 for the two best assistants ever built is still one of the cheapest line items in any budget. But be honest about the trap. Both is the answer subscription businesses want you to reach by default because it lets you skip the uncomfortable question of what you actually use. The streaming industry ran this exact play for a decade. Each service was individually defensible, and households quietly ended up paying for 5 of them while watching 2. The test for a second AI subscription should be harder than the test for the first. Not, is it good? They're both good. But did I hit a specific wall on specific work that the other one solves? A wall you can name. If you can't name it, both isn't a strategy. It's a failure to choose. Invoiced monthly. And there's a third option nobody advertises, sitting quietly to the side. Both companies run capable free tiers, and using the free tier of the one you didn't subscribe to as an occasional second opinion costs nothing. Subscribe where you live. Visit the other one. Now the twist, and it's the most useful idea in this video. Which one earns its money assumes the $20 is the real cost. It isn't for either side of the table. For the companies, $20 likely doesn't cover their heaviest users. These prices are subsidized land grab prices, held down while 2 very rich companies fight for defaults. That has 2 consequences for you. First, today's deal is historically good. You're being courted. Second, it won't stay this shape. Expect caps to tighten, tiers to multiply, and ads to creep into free products over time. Both companies already sell $100 and $200 tiers. The direction of travel isn't a secret. For you, the real cost was never the money, it's attention and habit. A subscription you use twice a month costs $10 a use and earns nothing. A subscription that saves you 3 hours a week is the cheapest professional tool you own, at a price that rounds to one lunch. The $20 is a rounding error next to the actual question. Does this thing sit inside your working week or next to it? So run the test that settles it. Pick the one that matches your work. Wide week, ChatGPT. Deep work, Claude. Pay for 1 month. Use it honestly. Then cancel it. Actually cancel. And see if you miss it. If you shrug, the free tiers were always enough for you. And that's a perfectly good answer that no ad will ever give you. If you feel the absence by Thursday, you have your answer. And it costs you $20 to learn something true about how you work. So, which 20 actually earns its money? The one whose limits you'd hit. ChatGPT Plus earns it for the person who does a bit of everything and wants one tool that never says I can't. Claude Pro earns it for the person whose work lives in long documents, serious writing, or code. And for the person who opens an AI twice a month, neither does. And the honest recommendation is the free tier and a clear conscience. The price tag matches because one company guessed and the other copied. The products don't match at all. Buy the meter you'll actually run. And next time, we're taking this to the extreme. The $200 a month AI stack versus paying nothing at all, and which side of that gap most people should really be standing on.